if that same type of specialness showed up with Kobe, and I think it showed up with Oprah as well at that time. At that time. Because look at Oprah Winfrey Life. Look at that. Because you would say, um, as a news anchor woman, you know, she would have to take those same skills and do TV. Those same skills. Although talk show host is somewhat different, but not all that different. You know, and then, you know, and then she gets her own network and stuff like that, and it's all through television, and it's all through me going over to the TV and turning and sparking their power. And news anchor woman and anything else that what Miss Oprah Winfrey will do. And if it done that with Kobe, then I imagine that it did that with her as well. I imagine that it did that with her as well. You know, like that. And I think God showed me that through Kobe so I could see, you know, how it's actually been done. I think Kobe was the one that really showed me, you know, because Kobe was born. So if Kobe is just born, then he probably doesn't have that basketball talent there. But because I threw the basketball past half court, way past half court, and threw it into the basket, you would say, you know, that type of play, that type of play. I imagine that shows up in Kobe Bryant's professional playing basketball. And again, I had to connect that power with him and do that and transfer it to him, and he plays it out for me. And I think Oprah Winfrey is the same way. I think God showed me that. He waited until, it's amazing that he waited until I moved to a different state to hook up with her. He sat there and waited. You know, it's amazing how he did that. You know, like I couldn't do that with Beverly Williams or Lisa Thomas Laurie or Eleanor Jean Henley. And he said no. I imagined that I ran into them first, but he didn't want to use. I think they was like sort of like something I could watch with them, but I think that he wanted me to move away, and I'm going to show, and I want you to see. I don't think it was so much an Oprah Winfrey because I didn't really see her as news anchor woman. I mean, I seen her as a news anchor woman, but I didn't watch a whole lot of news anchor woman news of her. I did not watch a lot of news of her doing the news. I did not watch a lot. I only seen it that day, and when she showed it on her show, as when she did the news. I did not watch a lot of that. But again, I think that it sparked that all he had to, but he sat there and waited until I I moved to another state, man. and waited till I hooked up with Oprah. And like that. And 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 hooked up and turned that TV power on, man. And look at Oprah Winfrey life and television. All of television. Like news anchor woman, talk show host. Look how many years she was talk show host. And now she got her own network. Look at all the television stuff. And she can pull out the camera at any time and take interviews. You know, and stuff like that. Look at all the stuff that she did in television. And I went over there and turned the TV power on. And she's on there. And I hooked up at that moment. And God waited until I moved into another state to hook up with her. Like, it's amazing how God did that. And you know, like that, it's amazing how God did that. And he sit there and waited. He didn't have anybody else, man, to hook up with. Yeah. You know, like that. You know. You know, anybody else. And why they had to wait for me to move to a different state to hook up with her. You know, like that. But he sure enough did. And again, when I think about Kobe Bryant, and this is how I think it happened. Because I threw the ball past half court, I was way past half court, and I threw it into the basket. Because I done that, and it went straight toward the basket, and it goes in 1978. 1978, Kobe was born. 1978 was the same year he was born. It was the same year I threw the basketball. 1978, he was, you know, a future basketball player was born. Like, and because of that style of play that I did that day shows up in Kobe Bryant's real life. That style of play. That style of play shows up in Kobe Bryant's real life while he's playing basketball. That same style of play. Like, and you know, it's something. And again, that's why I think the same thing happened with Oprah. And you know, like that. I think the same thing happened there. And you waited till I went over there and turned the TV power on. No, he waited till I moved to another state. Like, moved to another state. And I was like, you know, and when I sees her, this is where I sees her. And I didn't really think, I really didn't think much of it. Not at the time. Not at the time. As I look back at it now. Oh yeah. And look what she became, you know. When I think about the TV thing, when I went over there and turned the TV power on, that power, look what she did in television. Look at all what she did in television. She news anchor woman. That was the connection piece. And then after that, she became talk show host for 25 years. And then after that, she got her own network. Then after that, she got her own network. NTV. All this stuff happened in television. Just like the basketball, Kobe Bryant became a basketball player. When I went over there and touched the TV, when I went over there and touched that power on that TV, everything happened to Oprah Winfrey. Look at everything that happened to Oprah Winfrey's life as far as television. Same thing happened. Like, the same thing happened. Like, and he waited until I moved to another state to hook up with her. And I believe that that same talent within that happened with Kobe, happened in Kobe Bryant's playing. The same thing. The news anchor woman connect me and Oprah. And the talk show after that, their own network after that, all in television. And it began with me, with the television, going over there and turning the TV power on with her on there. It happened just like that. And look at all the stuff that happened in her life when it came to television. Like that. It was the same thing with the basketball. It was the same way. But I think because Kobe was here in Philadelphia, and you know, and I'm from Philly, so I really didn't have to go anywhere. Like, but in order to meet up with Oprah Winfrey, I had to move. I had to move. And 82, 83 period, that's exactly what I did. And that's how I met up with Oprah Winfrey, the news anchor woman. And like that. And again, it started with me with the basketball, and Kobe became a basketball player. It started with me with the news anchor woman, and wait a minute, it started with me as the news anchor woman, but I went over and turned to TV power. The TV power can go in a lot of different directions. Like, the TV power. The TV power can go in a lot of different directions when it comes to television. Like, news anchor woman in television, talk show host in television, on TV, television network is in television. You know, like that. Everything came in television for her. After I went over there and touched that TV that day. That day. And just like the basketball, Kobe became a basketball player. In the same style of play that I threw the ball up in the gym that day. Same style of play shows up in Kobe Bryant's style of play. The same style of play when I went over there and as the news anchor woman and touched that TV, Oprah Winfrey's on there, and she was a news anchor woman and stuff. God made me turn the power on with her, and everything after that, she stayed right in television. I touched the TV. I turned the TV power on, and everything after that, Oprah Winfrey. The TV power. The news anchor woman, that's TV. The talk show host, that's TV. her own television network. That's TV. Everything like that. And she continued to pull out the camera to do special interviews. That's TV too. Like, so, but it's so surprising that he waited until I moved from the state of Pennsylvania to connect with Oprah. And, you know, like that, I could see all the connection pieces. Yeah. You know, but that's why I want to say that about that, because I again, I thought it was Mississippi. I'll say, hey, I'm not from Mississippi, but that's not where I first seen, when I seen Oprah. Because Oprah was from Mississippi, and I wasn't. But that wasn't the first time I seen Oprah. It was somewhere else. It was in the same. It was in another state. And God made sure that I moved to that state in order to see her. He made sure that I moved to that state to see her on the TV, because I wasn't going to see her on the Philadelphia stations. I was going to see her in the state that I went to. And there it was. There it was. And he made sure, God waited and made sure that I connected at that point. It's so amazing how God did that. I really didn't think of too much of it, but when I thought about the state that I was in, the state that I was in, I didn't think about. I knew Mississippi was not the connection piece where she was from, but I was like, well, where did I see her? Where did I first see her? And that was the connection piece. I thought back to the state where I was at, and I seen her on the TV, and that was the connection piece. That's where the connection piece started. Again, I'm gonna say this again. When with Kobe, when I was in the gym that day, I was way past half court, and I threw the ball all the way toward the basket, and it goes in. That type of style of play shows up in Kobe Bryant's style of play. Oprah Winfrey. When I went to the TV and turned the TV power on, at that moment, what we did connect was the news anchor woman. At that moment. But the TV power, period, can go in many different directions. Like when you talk about television, you can go in many different directions with that. And did Oprah Winfrey do just that? Yes, she did. She went in many different directions with that. All I had to do was go over there and turn the TV power on, and God shows me her. And at that moment, she was a news anchor. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Television can go many different directions when you look at TV. But he made me go and turn the TV power on. The TV power, the TV can go in many different directions. And what you see with Oprah is the same. It's the same exact example. Where did she go? News anchor woman. Where was she at? News anchor woman. Where did she go? Talk show host. What does she do now? She got her own network. And what does she do? Continue to do? She can pull out her camera and do news anchor, do interviews. Like she never left television, is what I'm saying. She continued to stay in that. You know, I don't know. Like when I went over to the TV and turned that TV power on, she stays with TV. Oprah Winfrey stays with TV. She didn't leave after all these years as news anchor woman, talk show host, 25 years in talk show. And then she got the news, the network. In 2011, she had that. This is 2023. She had that over 10 years now. You know, and stuff like that. So, you know, the news, the TV, going over there and touching that TV power. The TV power. And look at all the stuff that she remained in TV. Look at all the stuff that she done in TV. Like, look at all the stuff. Since I went over there and touched that TV power with her on there as a news anchor woman, because that was the connection piece. Once that happened, look after that, look at all the stuff she done in TV. And she never left that. After 25 years at the talk show hole, and she got her own network, you know, and she can pull out the camera and do interviews at any time. And she's stuck with TV, man. And again, I the one that went over there and turned to TV power on. And she's on there. Like, gotta make sure that her face is being the one that's shown. Like, her face is the one that's being shown. Once I went and turned that power on, that TV power on, her face is the one that appears. Like, Oprah Winfrey face as the news anchor woman. That's my interest, the news anchor woman. But here's the thing. When I went over there and turned that TV power on, guess who face appears? Miss Oprah Winfrey. Like, from that day to this day, what did Oprah do in TV after the news anchor woman? Look at all the stuff she done in TV after the news anchor woman. The talk show for 25 years. The television network. It's been 10 plus years now. And again, she can pull out her camera and do special interviews. Still in television, man. Still in television. And again, it makes me wonder, like, when what I did with the basketball and Kobe is born and all this other stuff. Look what that style, same style of play, Kobe Bryant played that style of play in his basketball playing. So if that happens like that, based on me throwing the ball up. Then I imagined that once I went over there and turned that damn TV power on, and our connection was the news anchor woman, and that the TV power can go in all types of directions. The TV power. See, with basketball, it probably just Kobe. After Kobe got he retired. He still went on some other network. He got interested in and another thing with the basketball thing after he retired. After he retired, he went into some other thing where he talked about different plays and this, that, and the other. He had a television special on where he talked about different styles of plays and this, that, and the other after he had retired. But with Oprah Winfrey, after she left the news anchor woman, you see that she continued with television. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't leave television. She went straight to talk show, and stuff like that. After talk show, she got her own network. Continued in television. Continue in television. And again, I can only look at when I throw the basketball up. There was a basketball player being made. In the future basketball player. When I go and turn the TV power, all this old stuff happened afterward, based on television when it came to Oprah Winfrey. All this other stuff happened. The news anchor woman was our connection piece, but it didn't stop there. It went to talk show and television. First it was news anchor and television, talk show and television, her own network and television, and shit like that. And she can do special interviews and television, and stuff like that. It all continued, man. Like that. Whenever I go over to the tube and touch it, or whatever I touched. Like that. The same thing with, and I could talk about other things, but I'm gonna limit it to just these two. But again, God waited until I left Philly, or should I say, Pennsylvania, and connect with her. Why do you, wait until I left Pennsylvania and goes to the town where she's at. Goes to the town where she's at. God didn't send her here. He didn't send her here to connect with me. He sent me there to connect with her, and stuff like that. He sent me there to connect with her, like that. He didn't send her for her to come here to connect with me, because I wasn't, I didn't have the job that she had. If it was like that, then why did he have to send me over there? If she was all that and a bag of chips and all this old stuff and had all this damn power and all this that, why did he need me then? Why did he need me to connect with her? If she had this job that she was a news anchor woman, and all this other stuff, and she was making more money than me, and she was making way more money than me, and I didn't have the job that she had. What she need me for? Like, if she got all this stuff going on with her, with that job that she got in that town, what she need me for? And stuff like that. And this is where I think that God used me to go and turn the TV power for her. And this is where God used me to go and turn the TV power for her. Just like Kobe. Just like Kobe. Because if Oprah Winfrey had all this shit going on with her, when it comes to her fame, not fame because she's not famous yet, but she's a news anchor woman, I'm quite sure she's making a decent amount of money. What did he need me for? What did he need me for? If she got all this shit going on, she's making more money than me. What did he need me for? And stuff like that. But again, she's making more money than me. What did he? What? See, cause then you would say like, he connect you cause she had the power. Wait a minute. If she had the power, what she need me for then? If she had all this power, where she's at, and all this other stuff, why did I have to go there then? If she had all this stuff going on with her, she's a news anchor woman and stuff like that. She's making all this money and this, that, and the other. What did she need me for? What did God need me for? With her, And again, I think it was the same way like Kobe. To turn that TV power on for her. Go over there and touch that damn TV. And turn the TV power on. And once I did that, a face appeared. And that face was Oprah Winfrey. And from that day to this day, look at all the shit Oprah Winfrey did in television. Look at all the stuff she did after I went over there and touched that TV. Look at all the stuff she did in television after that. Again, if she had all this power, and if she had all this education, if she had all this and that and all this whole stuff, what did he need me for? What did he need me for? Power. When I went over there and turned that TV power on, and a face appeared. I touched that TV power, and she was on there. And from that day to this day, look at all the shit she done in television. Just like Kobe. Look what all the shit Kobe did in basketball. With Kobe, with the basketball. Once I threw the basketball, look at all the shit Kobe did in basketball. And that once he retired, he did a thing, and he had a show on TV explaining how to do different plays and this, that, and the other, and all this stuff. Look at all the stuff he did in basketball, related to basketball. Same thing. It's not any different. Again, if they had all this stuff going on with them, why would they need me then? Why did God use me then? What did he need me for? And stuff like that. I think Kobe was just born, but what did Oprah older than me, and she had a more expensive job than me. What did she need me for? You know, and stuff like that. But God waited until I moved closer to her. And when I went over there and turned that TV power on, her face appeared. Or should I say her body appeared. And at that moment, as the news anchor woman, which is my interest, we connect at that point. Again, TV power. TV power can go a lot of different ways. Not just the anchor one. Because TV power, if I turn the TV power on, TV power can go a lot of ways. Just like Kobe with the basketball. He was playing basketball, but he didn't. He retired and playing basketball, but he didn't stop being interested in talking about getting another job, and talking about basketball. So he stayed in the basketball field. When it came to talking about basketball or being about basketball, he stopped playing it, but he didn't stop being interested in that. And Oprah Winfrey, again, being the news anchor woman that she was, she still had some of those same skills that she had to take into the talk show host, and you know, and been in there for 25 years and using those same skills and stuff. Again, it all remained in television. When I went over there and turned the TV power on, it all remained in television. When Kobe Bryant played the basketball, when I threw the basketball up toward the court, way past half court, and a future basketball player is born in 1978, and he became a basketball player, and he had the same skill that I threw the ball way past half court into the basket. Kobe Bryant had the same skills in his style of play when he became a basketball player. Now, same thing with Oprah Winfrey. She had the same skills that when she was a news anchor woman. God sent me over there to connect with her. He didn't send her over to connect with me. He sent me over there to connect with her. If she was all about making all this money and news anchor woman and all this other stuff, and she had this power, she had a greater job than I did, what she need me for, you know, and stuff. But he made sure that I went there in that state to connect with her and turn that damn TV power on for her, just like Kobe. Throw that ball up for Kobe, and he's born. And he becomes a future basketball player. Same thing. And she becomes, look what she became in television. When I went over there and turned that TV power on, anything can come out of television. And what did she do in television? News anchor woman, talk show host for 25 years, and her own network, and she's been in that for 10 plus years, and she can pull the camera out and do major interviews and all of that in television. All of that happens when I went over there and turned that TV power on. And why did God use poor old me to go and leave Pennsylvania to go over to another state to connect with her? If she had all this power and stuff, she didn't need me. If she had all this power and stuff, she had that job and everything else. She had that, you know. She was making more money than me. She was getting the exposure and more than me. What she need me for? But God made sure that I go over there and touch that TV power for her. Touch that power for her. Just like Kobe. Throw the basketball up for Kobe. And he's born a future basketball player as well. And he used me to do it. Just like Oprah. He used me to go over and touch that TV power for her. And look what she done in television. Look at all the stuff she done in television. And he used me to do it. If she was all that over there as a news anchor woman making all this money, what did she need me for? You know, like that. What did she really need me for then? But God said, okay, I'm going to send you over. I want you to touch a power again. And I think he separated me from Philly into the new state, because then it would connect me with Kobe, based on Philly. But he said, okay, I want you to go somewhere else. I was leaving Pennsylvania and into another state. And okay, since you're going to another state, I'm gonna connect you to someone else, you know, shit like that. And here, I had no idea, you know, just like Kobe, I had no idea I would be connected to anyone when I was in the gym that day, you know, like that. But again, I'm gonna say this again, that when I was in the gym that day and I was way past half court, I threw that ball toward the basket. In 1978. In 1978, Kobe Bryant was born. And once he was born, he became a future basketball player as well. And he did another program after he retired related to basketball as well. Oprah Winfrey. When I left Pennsylvania to move into another state, I connect with a news anchor woman named Oprah Winfrey. I didn't know her or nothing. But I went and turned the TV power on, and she appeared there as the news anchor woman. And like that. And from that moment on, look at all the stuff Oprah Winfrey did in television after that point, after that day. We connected as the news anchor woman because that was my interest, just like the basketball. That was my interest. News anchor woman. A news anchor woman appeared. When I went over and turned the TV power on, a news anchor woman appeared. And at that moment, and that person was Oprah Winfrey. At that moment, Look at all, after that moment, look at all the stuff Oprah did in television after that. Because I went over there and touched the TV power. Just like the basketball. You know, the basketball was my interest. And I threw the ball up that day. When I went over there and turned the TV power on, a news anchor woman appeared. And that person was Oprah Winfrey. And from that day forward to this day, look at all the stuff that Oprah did in television. Because I went over there and touched that TV power. Look at all the stuff Oprah Winfrey done in television. Just like the basketball. Look at all the stuff Kobe did while he was a basketball player. Same thing. No different. But God made sure that I left Pennsylvania to separate it from Kobe. Because I had just came off the thing with him. When I threw the basketball up in the gym. Now this is early in the years now. Early in my years. I had just threw the basketball up, not knowing what that meant or nothing. But that was in 1978. And by 82, 83 period, I leaves and go to another state. Now you're going to have to separate Kobe from Oprah. I believe God did, because God did not send her where she was at to Philly to do the news. So I had to go where she was at and do the news anchor. The news anchor woman was my interest. So God always used my interest. And the basketball was my interest as well. That's why I used, basketball. But here with Oprah, it's the news anchor woman. And once I moved to that state, and I went over the TV and turned the TV power on, the TV power, guess who appears? A news anchor woman. My same interest, a news anchor woman. And that person was Oprah Winfrey. Like that. And from that day until this day, look at all the shit she did in television. By me going over there and touching the TV power. Because first it was the news anchor woman. But when you talk about TV, you're liable to do anything in television. The news anchor woman, she did that. Then she did the 25 years in talk show. And then she got her own network, and she been in there 10 plus years. And she can pull the camera out at any time and do interviews. So look how long she been in television. Because I went over there and touched that TV power. And it started with the news anchor woman. The connection piece was the news anchor woman. My interest was the news anchor woman. And he connects me to a news anchor woman. And her face appeared. And from that day to this day, look at all the stuff that Oprah Winfrey done in television. I had to look at all the television stuff. Because I started with the TV. I started with the TV. Turning the TV power on. Just like the basketball. I started with the basketball. And Kobe Bryant. Future basketball player. Same thing. It's no different. But he made sure that I left Philly. Or should I say Pennsylvania. To go to another state. To 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 click up with Miss Oprah Winfrey. But again, if she was all that, based on that job she had and all this stuff and making all that money, here she making money, way more money than I am, what does she need me for? You know, and shit like that. If it was all about her money and the popularity that she had in that town, what did she need me for? But I don't think it was really, you know. But here's the thing. God just waited until I left Philly to hook up with her. And at that point, it was it was um, uh, it was done at that point. Yeah, it was done at that point.